I'm trying to figure out how I can pin a comment stating that this is a fight companion. I'm trying to figure out how I can pin a comment stating that I'm wearing a hat because I need a shower. But we don't have time for a shower. All right, here we go. Terrence McKinney versus Borchev, Slava Claus from Russia. Need a shower. But we don't have time for a shower. All right, here we go. Terrence McKinney. Why? I'm sorry for this double. Versus Borchev, Slava Claus from Russia. Need a shower. Vyacheslav Borchev. Why? I'm sorry for this double. All right, there we go. All right, I'm trying to figure out how to get a pinned comment on here. If anyone is joining the chat, yeah, I'm from Crafting Dead. Please type, ask me any questions at all about life, about MMA, about Minecraft, whatever you want, I'm here to answer. I'm looking at chat. This is the first time I've streamed. It's been so long. I posted a video a little bit late for my predictions, and now I'm watching the fights, if anyone's into that, on ESPN Plus, while it's a fight companion. So because a lot of Saturday nights I'll sit here and watch fights alone, or I'll call my one buddy, but ain't nothing better than just Saturday night pizza or wings, watching fights, talking about them, and being able to talk about them with someone else, or literally anything in my chat. I'll respond in depth. I'm just trying to figure out how to get a pinned comment on there because my OBS is my second monitor wasn't working, so I'm working with one monitor. And the first half of the stream, I had the UFC audio playing, which that's an immediate copyright. I gotta make somebody. I have to make someone a mod. If anyone wants to be a mod and do a pinned comment, and knows how. If anyone wants to be a mod, I know most of you guys are gonna remember me from Crafting Dead as AK. And yeah, ask me any questions about life, about what you guys are up to, advice, anything. I want to chat with you guys. But I am currently, because I saw some more people join, I'm currently watching the UFC card and doing sort of like a watch along and just chatting with people. But if anyone knows how to do pinned comments, since my second monitor is not working, I'll make you a mod. Just because if people join, I don't have to just keep repeating myself, since it's just my face and I'm talking. But again, if any of you guys are into the UFC and you are watching, then definitely chat about that. The UFC is doing way too many ads recently, and it's always stuff that I'm just not interested in. Like it'll be like some ad about menopause or a Mexican family going to Disney. But I guess that means my Spanish is decent if I'm getting Spanish ads. And they're taking such a long time in between fights. Hi, Karen. How you doing? I think you're one of two people in here currently. Still fixing the kinks and whatnot. Almost got copyrighted, but once I am able to get my second monitor to work, it'll be a lot easier to read chat and interact with people. And then I'll start posting some TikToks too. All right, guys. So for anyone who's watching the fights, it's McKinney versus Borchev now. Doubt this fight goes longer than a round and a half. McKinney never does. He either gets a knockout or gets knocked out. I used to love him too. I rated him very highly. I just don't think he has the genetics to be strong. He gets thrown around by almost every fighter. His boxing is really good, don't get me wrong. Body shots are. My prediction for this fight is a Terrence McKinney finish. So I think he's going to knock him out or get a technical knockout or maybe sneak in a submission after beating him up on the ground. And I think it'll be quick. This guy comes out firing more so than pretty much any other fighter on the roster. Yeah, Terrence McKinney probably has the shortest average fight time of any fighter. He's do or die, which makes him super, super entertaining. I'll read that in a second, Ben. I think that's about, yeah. On OBS. Yeah, I'll read that in a second. I just don't want to miss the beginning of this fight because, like I said, this dude comes out of nowhere. What's been up with you, Ben, though? Tell me about a nice spinning back kick there by... Oh, a nice leg kick. Ben McKinney takes him down, which I thought might happen. Does Borchev accept bottom position? He does. And, yeah, McKinney's... Yep, McKinney's going for a sub, and he locks it in. Oh, is he going to get it, though? He's squeezing. If he survives this, McKinney is going to be tired. Oh, he's locked up. Yeah, Anaconda choke. No, he's got out of it. Oh, now he's got a guillotine. His head is completely red. He's scrambling with his legs. Looks like he's about to tap. Yep, tapped. Over. Terrence McKinney with a first round submission. Let's go. Predicted correctly. It was instant. I pretty much predicted that to a T. I said he would utilize his wrestling, which he did. Wow, that was, yeah. First round again. Hey, if you bet this fighter on the over-under for round line, under 1.5 rounds, you would be rich. Luke, are you watching the fights too? I had a feeling, dude. I mean, Borchev, anyone can throw him around. McKinney submitted Ziam. I was a little bit worried with the Anaconda because I was like, oh, he's going to gas him. Yeah, I was about to say, oh, he's going to gas himself out with the Anaconda. But right when he rolled into mount there, it looked exactly like Ortega and Volkanovski, if you have seen that fight. And I picked Ortega in that fight. Literally the same. Oh, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, we'll do some more talking, for sure. I'm just getting started. This is my first stream. But yeah, if you've seen Volk versus Ortega, it was the same exact position. But we're gonna get another 20 minutes of ads since it was a first round finish. They probably account for that now with McKinney fights. No, he didn't. He was kicking his legs in the same way. And he's bald too, so it looked similar. But no, he just, I don't know, man. Borchev is not, he's going to get cut after this. McKinney's McKinney's a truck. But, well, McKinney's going to run into someone and get knocked out anyways pretty soon. All right, who is next? Let me see. Oh, all right. It is the women fight. My prediction is Cortez to outpace her. Least exciting fight on the card. Probably Cortez. Decision, I think. Utilizing cardio. Vivian's old. Yeah, Slavakov. Dude, Slavakov, I mean, his Contender Series fight was sweet. His body shots were so clean, but he's just like weak. After Mark Jacasey took him down. Hooper not like, and McKinney, you don't like. I knew, yeah. I was like, McKinney gonna maul him, dude. I'm glad he wrestled. I mean, yeah, he's mentioning Chase Hooper. Other dude's wearing his Santa hat. And Rogan, dude, Joe Rogan just loves jiu-jitsu. How did he get from the anaconda? That was slick. That replay, the transition from an anaconda to a mounted guillotine. Yep, first round every single time. First round. Press the 3 dots next to a comment. Oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. The next fight, I mean, I would say it's picking women's fights is never fun, but I think Cortez has more stamina and she's younger. She shoots for a lot of takedowns, so she'll win minutes, which will win her at least 2 rounds. And Araujo or Vivian Araujo never really was special or anything. I don't think. Like most women MMA fighters, but what are you gonna do? We're just getting started, dude. This card is sweet. The Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado is after the women's fight. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for that. I love Delgado. He reminds me of a smaller Carlos Prates. And he's fighting the undefeated Hyder Emil, built like a Minecraft character. Just comes for. He's Vittori, but no wrestling, all striking. Cortez always has that nice haircut. The heart's braided. Heart's braided. This is the prelim still, so it is free on ESPN Plus as well as your local Russian link, if you know what I mean. Sports Surge or Stream East or something. But I'm just using my ESPN Plus. I do think that the UFC is leaving ESPN though. I think they might go to Netflix because they've been taking a bunch of fights off, like fight replays. Of course, we have the this is the only women's fight on the card, I think. But this is going to decision for sure. I don't think anyone's going to get hurt. I don't think either of them have the power to damage one another. I really do not. I used to love Slava. I went as far to say his striking, not kicking, was comparable to Petr Yan. Yeah, man, Ben, good to see you too. I'll be live streaming a lot more in the future and making more videos. It's always good to see you. And I'll always be here to interact for sure. Just make sure that notification button's on, and you'll always see when I live stream. I won't always do UFC. I'm into it now, so sorry if you're not really into that stuff. But I also can talk about pretty much anything while reading chat. Slava close. Someone's asking me for a Russian link. I haven't used a Russian link in so long. I wish there just was no copyright. How great would that be? And for anyone who's joining, yeah, you might have known me from the Crafting Dead. I'm currently watching UFC and commentating on it. I made a video breaking down what I thought was going to happen in every fight on the card. However, I obviously cannot show the screen of the fights because that would be copyright infringement. And so I'm watching on my computer. It's on ESPN Plus while sort of talking about the fights. Unfortunately, we have a women's fight up next. So for anyone who's never watched the sport before, get your pillow out. Tracy should win. Tracy should win. What is she? She's a favorite, not a massive favorite. They're just showing more ads. Ilya's knocking out Charles, by the way. Ilia Topuria is knocking out Charles. And no, I'm a huge fan of a lot of women fighters. It's just some of the fights, Karen, between women fighters are amazing because they don't quite have enough power to knock each other out. So it just ends up being a war. But there is, in a lot of cases, I don't know, a cancelization out of and it just ends up not being the most fun. And it is hard because they stuffed this fight in between two fights that I think are going to be electric. The McKinney fight and then the one that's next between Delgado and Hyder Emil. I am super, super excited. I rate both of them very highly. But Delgado is, I love his style. It's my favorite style. Who knows? Every time I say something like that, though, this women's fight will end up being the most entertaining fight of the night. It's happened before. My dad loves the women fights. He always gets excited about them. But no, I think Ilia Topuria is gonna knock out Charles Oliveira. He has the chance to become the best of all time. Still young, but he has the chance. He beats everyone's favorite fighter, and now he's fighting Charles Oliveira, who's probably the biggest fan favorite on the roster. Since Terrence McKinney finished the other guy in the first round, they have to make up for commercial time. Since the pay-per-view has to start around 10. So they'll show a bunch of commercials. This and that in third. But yeah, there's some good fights. Let me see. Delgado and Hyder Emil. I'm extremely excited about. My cousin just told me his picks. Oh, he has Pantoja, Van, and Topuria. I like that. I like that. Be safe if you're gonna bet, but I do like Pantoja, Van, and Tapuria. I think all three of them are gonna win. Yeah. If you don't know, you're gonna know. If you don't know about the sport, Jose Delgado and Hyder Emil are very, very, very good, and they're matched up against each other. Records don't mean as much in MMA compared to boxing. There's no padding. We're still showing Ilya Tapiria. Still showing him. My friend can't find the Russian link. Find UFC. So there's not much to comment on right now. Since McKinney got the first round finish, there's a chance one of my friends will join me on the stream a little later, who always watches with me. We'll see what he's up to. Three more fights until the main card. Peyton Talbot and Felipe Lima. If you know, you know. That's going to be crazy. Once I get my second monitor set up, it'll be a lot easier to maneuver between checking the chat and watching. Next fight should be coming up now, though. We have Vivian Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. Never mind. They're still talking about Ilya Tapuria. All right. There you go. Miss Megan O'Leary. Oh, did you find a stream, Khaled? This would be the time to do it because we have a break and then this fight coming up. I think on Sports Surge, Stream East maybe they'll have it if you don't have ESPN Plus. Ilya Tapiria looks strong, focused, healthy. He's doing everything right. Density, muscles. I 100% think he's knocking Charles out. 100%. All right. Looks like our next fight is starting. Tracy Cortez. Fighting out of Phoenix, Arizona. She's not bad. But maybe she gets a submission. Maybe. Probably not. Probably no submission. Yeah, she lost to Rose. Araujo. Okay, Araujo. That's how you say that. You crack my back. Vivian Araujo. Who can clinch better?